Prince Harry and Meghan are beefing with Spotify. If you haven't heard about them, congratulations. I don't know how you've done it because they have been everywhere. Obviously, they left kind of the royal family. I did think that was pretty brave of them at that point. They're running into some business troubles maybe in the U.S. or business partnerships.
They're trying to be a media company, and we know that's not hard. You have to work your ass off.
Yes, it is quite hard. And so the big news now is that Meghan Show is leaving Spotify. Bill Simmons, who's the head of podcast innovation at Spotify, mainly known as the creator of Grantland and The Ringer, which Spotify purchased for, I believe, about $100 million, has called them grifters, quote unquote. Although Bill Simmons also tells me LeBron James getting traded to Charlotte every year, so let's take his word with a grain of salt. However, the Wall Street Journal also reported they're not going to get the full $20 million payout because they haven't produced enough content to fulfill that obligation. So the contract still worked out. But let's zoom out. This is not just a Harry and Meghan thing. This is actually a Spotify and podcasting thing. Earlier this year, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek admitted that the company made some mistakes. They made a $1 billion push into podcasting, and they're going to be he said, very diligent in kind of reviewing future deals. And if something's not working, they're going to cut it. And earlier this month, Spotify also announced it's going to make 200 job cuts in its podcasting business. Daniel Ek also said that Neal Freyman is the top performing podcast host in the world. So he seems like a pretty smart guy.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, no, this is, they are running into some headwinds. I mean, they took a $20 million deal, right? And then they produced, guess how many episodes of content? 13.
Oh, wow, okay.
It just shows me that you can be you can be a celebrity, but if you don't make good content, people are going to fall off after the first or second episode. And you saw that with Barack and Michelle Obama. They also had a huge deal with Spotify, and they let that lapse.
Yeah.
And then Esther Perel had one, Brene Brown had one with Spotify that they are letting these contracts kind of lapse. Spotify is a complete U-turn from its previous strategy of just throwing money at huge names. This did start with Joe Rogan, who they paid more than $100 million to come over and be exclusive to Spotify. And maybe that one is working out, but they are kind of getting out of this exclusive game and giving more creators tools to build this more grassroots podcasting environment, and they're putting in a major shift in strategy. They are putting their podcasts on different platforms now. So it's not just going to be exclusive to Spotify. They're going to get them up on YouTube or Apple, which is kind of our strategy, just to bring in as many audience members as possible. Right. But yeah, Prince Harry and Meghan, you can't just not do anything. They apparently, according to the Wall Street Journal report, they weren't meeting their production targets, which kind of makes sense. Yep. But do you think their push into media is going well so far? I mean, we have a couple of data points. We have Spotify, this Spotify podcasting deal. We have their Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix. Then we also had Harry's book, which was called Spare, and I think that was it remains the best-selling nonfiction book of this year.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's tough to do a lot of content that's high quality consistently. They hit 13 episodes. We're at 85 now. So, Neal, you're putting on a show. But, Neal, your alarm clock's set for 4:30. So, it is a grind. The one thing I want to note about this is Bill Simmons also said he had a Zoom call with Prince Harry, where it's just two dudes talking about podcast ideas. And I'm like, maybe we have enough of that in the world. But we need that tape. So, release the tape, Bill. I want to see that Zoom. It sounds quite
interesting. He said he needs to get drunk first, and then he will. But he's like, it's one of the best stories I have.
Hey. Thanks for watching, and if you want more Morning Brew Daily, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and also check out the rest of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes drop at 7 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and you can email us at morningbrewdaily@morningbrew.com.